welcome. I'm Pallavi Sharma and you're watching Money Magic with ET Now. Let's begin. If you are looking at investing in paper gold, you can either do it through gold ETFs or sovereign gold bonds. Unlike physical gold, you won't get the possession of gold, but here you can hold it as an investment and can redeem it whenever you need it. Sovereign gold bonds or SGBs were launched by the government in 2015. Unlike physical gold, SGBs give you the opportunity to own gold and earn interest on it too. And these can be bought through stock exchanges, designated post offices and much more. The issue price is based on the simple average closing price of gold 999 purity published by the India Bullion and Jewelers Association. SGBs can be bought in between only through the secondary market at market value. The price of SGB is usually close to the actual gold price. The other way is to invest in gold ETFs through stock exchanges with gold as an underlying asset. Now let's compare the two. The minimum investment in SGB is 1 gram and the maximum is 4 kg for individuals and HUFs and 20 kgs for trusts and similar entities notified by the government from time to time. If the payment is made in cash, the maximum limit is 20,000 rupees. This annual ceiling covers both bonds bought in the secondary market and fresh issued by the government. Once bought, an investor ID is issued which tracks the total investment, and a holding certificate is also given. The bonds can also be converted in demat form. For gold ETFs, you need a trading account with a share broker and a demat account. You can buy in lump sum or at regular intervals, and the minimum value of investment is as low as 1 gram. These are the gold ETFs listed on NSE. SGBs come with a tenure of 8 years with exit options available on 5th, 6th and 7th years. The government has fixed an interest of 2.5% per annum on investment with no compounding of interest. Interest is paid half yearly and the last one is payable on maturity along with the principal. For gold ETFs, it's like trading in physical gold but without certain charges. The initial buying and selling charges that come with the physical gold does not come with gold ETFs. The price is close to actual gold prices just like SGBs. However, two costs need to be considered when you are taking gold ETFs. The expense ratio around 1% for managing the fund and the broker's cost every time there is a transaction. There are no such charges for SGBs. In the taxation front, SGBs have tax advantages. If kept till maturity, capital gains on the redemption of bonds is exempt from capital gains tax. However, it is applicable if SGBs are sold before maturity and the interest income is also taxable. In gold ETFs, the taxes are applicable on both long-term and short-term capital gain. Long-term capital gains tax is at 20% after indexation. For investments held up to 36 months, the tax will be levied as per the tax slab rates. Unlike physical gold, these don't attract wealth tax, GST or security transaction tax. When compared to SGBs, investment in gold ETFs is more liquid. Redeeming the units is entirely online without any lock-in period in case of gold ETFs. So which one is better for you? Before making an investment decision, narrow down on the reason so as to why you want to invest in gold. If it is for a particular reason like wedding, or is it for a wealth creation purpose? Check the benefits and compare how much benefit you will get from investing in each instrument. But make sure that you put at least 10% of your total portfolio in gold, be it physical or paper gold. For more such explainers, keep watching ET Now.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.